Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remembered so you don't have to. Guess what? We're still in sequel month. Try to contain my enjoyment. Well, perhaps some of you remember my first crossover review of Ferngully. It was one of the first crossover reviews I ever did, and needless to say, the film was less than breathtaking. It required some help, so the Nostalgia Chick humbly volunteered herself to review the film with me. But little did I know that an even greater evil just lay behind the corner. A direct-to-video little abomination simply known as Ferngully 2, The Magical Rescue. And seeing how the Nostalgia Chick helped me last time, I figure it's only fitting to make the offer again. So what do you say, Nostalgia Chick? You ready to go into the rainforest one more time?
No.
Okay. This is Ferngully 2. It's strange. I mean, was the first Ferngully really popular enough to spawn a sequel? I mean, even a direct-to-video sequel? Were there really protesters out in the streets demanding to see more Ferngully? My guess is the movie broke even, which in Hollywood means they can squeeze a little bit more trite out of it, which resulted in this half-assed effort of But is it really as bad as the first one, or does it have some redeeming value?
I think you overestimate their chances.
Let's dive right into Ferngully 2. So just like the first movie, they like to throw in songs that really have nothing to do with furthering the story and more to do with... You know, I have no idea why they threw in songs. You know, I can't really get into a song that I swear I heard from a Fruity Marshmallow Krispies commercial in the 90s.
Every color underneath this canopy. Fruity Marshmallow Krispies, lots of fruity marshmallow shits.
So we see Krista from the last movie showing some of the younger animals the ways of Ferngully. You know, like how trees are good and people are Hitler.
Now the canopy keeps us safe.
We also come across some of the side characters, like the Beetle Boys.
Hey, Stump, what are we gonna do today?
What are we doing today, Pips?
The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
And Pips, Krista's possible boyfriend slash possible brother slash possible friend. Possibly.
Ferngully is the most beautiful place I know. But let's face it, boys, it's the only place I know. And I get tired of it sometimes.
Yeah, so as you can probably guess, Pips is turning into a Disney princess as he dreams about a world beyond what he's used to. The spoiled brat.
Beat that, Krista.
Magiloon taught me that magic is too precious to waste on silly games.
I'd much rather use it to have strange hand sex and impress mullet use that aren't interesting enough to be featured in the sequel.
But Krista continues to help grow more trees in the forest as, again, Pips can't help but act like a loudmouth pussy.
Just what we need. Another tree. Big deal. The forest is full of them. Personally, I'd like to see something new.
Oh, there's an empty place in my bones.
Suddenly in comes Batty. Not voiced by Robin Williams, but that's fine. We seem to be on a roll with not including any of the same voice actors. I wouldn't mind too much, except they don't even attempt to make it sound like Robin Williams. They make him sound more like Rip Taylor, with his testicles being demolished.
Run for it! I may be Patty, but I'm not here. I'm out of here. I'm a ghost. I'm history. I'm a hologram. You can't see me. Bye-bye now.
Oh, I just hope they pick me for Jack 4D. I don't need this. I was in the Tom and Jerry movie. But it turns out Ferngully is under attack by one of the worst animals the planet has ever known. Man.
Yes, man. Human in shape but satanic in spirit, man likes to spend most of his time destroying things because he is worse than the devil if he was a pedophile. You can spot these specially bad ones by having two-dimensional personalities, being written horribly, and having a chin size that even Bruce Campbell would be jealous of. They kidnap animals, burn down rainforests, and probably slept with your mother. If you should see man anywhere in your neighborhood, please make a pretentious animated feature with confused morals and no sympathetic three-dimensional villains. Man, if there's anything worse, it's not human.
So as you can imagine, an evil poacher comes around and steals the baby animals. Now, something I never understood in this movie, or the last movie for that matter, is how come Krista, who was clearly seen shrinking down the main character in the last movie, doesn't just shrink these guys down too? Wouldn't that make things a heck of a lot easier? Boy, I'm gonna get you guys real good and... So the poachers sleep well, knowing they've caught some tasty ingredients for White Castle, as our heroes try to sneak up and rescue them.
Careful, boss. Don't want to burn down 1,000 years of rainforest, do we?
Oh, why not? After all, we are man.
Yes, man. Human in shape, but
No, they got the idea. Let's just get on with the magical rescue. Oh, hey, we're at the magical rescue already. I guess this movie's going to be over in a snap.
Boys, we found ourselves some action.
What, in his butt? So the fairies try to save the animals, but have no such luck.
Dog food.
Come back! He was going to sing a 2-minute song about eating you!
Oh, no big lift, alligator moment. My baby!
Wow, that was like the kangaroo version of Platoon. The next morning they take a look at the damage, which of course results in a slow spin of the burned down forest. And just up the ante, let's add some hand-to-face action there. Oh yeah, humans suck.
Oh, Father, there's so much healing needed.
But some things, my dear, even with all our magic, do not mend quickly.
Well, wait a minute, we saw her grow trees like full-grown trees in seconds. What's this do not mend quickly bullshit? She can mend very quickly. She could probably touch an impotent person and make wood grow.
Me and the Beetle Boys will go after those humans and rescue the babies.
The town is no place for little bugs like you. It's full of weed killers, television, tax attorneys, completely unreasonable car insurance.
Hey, modern-day references! Laugh!
I'm coming with you. You gotta be batty not to be afraid of humans. I mean, have you ever seen one eat an oyster? It's terrible.
Eat an oyster, because if it can't be funny, be confusing. It works really well for the New Yorker. So you realize pretty quickly that the main character in this one is not Krista, nor is it the human from the first film. It's Pipsqueak here. Remember that guy you barely saw in the first movie? He's the star now, because Krista has to stay behind and rebuild the rainforest. You know, these movies don't really convey how fragile the rainforest is, do they? Every time they burn that down, they just magically grow it back again. Why do we need to save it? The fairies seem to have it pretty well under control.
Out into the great unknown, the ones we love.
You know, another pet peeve that gets to me is the fact that these fairies are flying, yet their wings never move. You gotta flap them in order to fly, guys. In a lot of shots, they don't even have wings. They just suddenly disappear. It's almost as if somebody just grabbed them and threw them across the forest. Heck, maybe that's how they get around.
You really think you look cool wearing that? You know you look like a... You know the angry video game there is much better than... Thank you!